Hi guys, tonight's video is a follow-up on the navigation series. So tonight it's going to be compass. How to choose them, either the old type or the newer type. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Well, this video I'm going to be using my new overhead arm, so we're going to pass on the tabletop side so you can look at different compass. It's going to be an overview of the compass. I have here a collection of compass, and I'll give you a couple of hints on why I would choose either one of them for the activities I have to do in the woods. So stand by, we'll revert to the tabletop and then we'll continue this discussion. Okay, so first of all, let me introduce you to the pocket watch style compass, which is an heirloom from my grandfather. Basically, this is a copper casing with a window, no fluid, and a needle blocking lever. Okay, I got two of those, one from a neighbor and one from my grandfather. Okay, this is a simple compass. It has the wind rose des vents. I have a blank, so I'll find it and put it in the description. And basically it gives you north, and you can choose if you've entered south towards your objective, which would be along the pin here, and then when you want to come back, well, you reversed to the north, so north facing to the west, and you go back to your exit point. It's a very crude compass because it has some division in the bottom and the cardinal points and the intermediate points, so that way you can use that as a simple way of navigation into the wilderness. So that's the simplest form. A more modern approach to the same same compass type is this one. It's all plastic with the needle that's supposed to be floating into a liquid, and sometimes it gets stuck, so those cheap compass sometimes do react very much with the environment, so they don't float freely. So if they don't float freely, they might not indicate through north. So this one has also all the cardinal points and degrees 1 through 360. So it's basically those two are the same. They're pointing pretty much at the same place, and they can get you in and out. Everybody has seen the Rambo knife with the survival kit in it. It has a very small compass similar to this one, plus minus, not really good for navigation, but at least to go in and come back out on a safety bearing. So a concept that we're going to be seeing way further down the road. Okay, so this is the first two compass, the basic compass. When we come to navigation compass, we come to compass that can be used to draw a line to your map, to go in between 2 points, and that can take a bearing on it. Okay, this one is a really crude bearing. It's a little better than the smaller one, like this one, but because the bezel turns, but there's no indication nowhere where that if you put a bearing in there, okay, they're really difficult. There's dollar store. Okay, this is a dollar store compass, so not expensive. Bottom line, bottom of the line compass. It's new, so it's difficult to turn. sometimes it's really difficult to turn. So you get your orientation, and on the field you go, and you have your bearing. It's very crude. Most of these type of compass are used for what they call it, a race in between markers. Geocaching, not geocaching, but God. When you have blanks on what you want to say, it's kind of funny and sad at the same time. This one has some feature. You can see here there is a scale to be able to pinpoint your coordinate into the into a map, so that way you can use that and pinpoint with the coordinate that we use in the military. The military anyway, the military grid system basically that we use with our compass, okay, for the topographical map. So very basic. You can run in between 2 points, which you will find a marker, very obvious marker. The navigation is mainly, basically it's a palm compass. You keep in your palm and you just keep the needle into the marker, and you can get yourself towards an objective. Very simple, very efficient to use. No frill, no trill, no precision, not much of a precision compass, but it gets you where you have to go. And okay, what I wanted to say about this compass, it's an orienteering compass, basically going on a parkour in between mark point where you get points for punching your card and getting very quickly and time. So basically orienteering race are basically conducted with as simple of a compass as that. Obviously you have to find a target, and that target is really visible, so this is way enough for doing that purposes. The next category I've got, and you've got the gadget compass. This one is basically as old as this one. Okay, I have no dates on that, but it's really flimsy. I would say beginning of the 70s. You can wear it to your wrist. So basically it's this compass, but on a category of this, it's one of those gadgets. So you can move your bezel, but the bezel is not retained, so if you hit it, it's going to move. Put your orientation the north there and put the needle on the north and navigate in and out of your territory. It's a wristwatch. Interesting. There's the concept like that you can wear on a wristband. Very small compass. Many people, military, use that, so in case of escape and evasion, they always have their compass. Obviously, finding north with a watch, like I have in my other video, is also a skill that you can acquire, but this is a way of doing it, and free, like a watch. But the bezel is not reliable, so it's not going to work that great. The three other compass, basically the same compass. Okay, they're all from Silva or Suunto, Silva Rangers. Basically, you find the Suunto pretty much everywhere now. Silva is a little rarer, and the small Silva can be found also. These are called navigation compass. Why? Because they have the tools to make navigation a precise or better navigation. You've got mirrors, okay, on all of them. You've got a bezel to which you have a marker so you can adjust for the direction you want. This one is in degree, this one is in mils, This one is in degree. Why mils? Military use mils because they're a little more precise. So if you convert from one instrument to the other, 1 degree is 17.7 mils, and the mils have 6,400 mils around the bezel, compared to the 360 degrees on the other compass. Same thing here. This one is a simpler version of the two. It's a navigation compass, but there is no way for you to adjust the magnetic declination. Okay, there is a line in there so you can see the degree to which you're walking. So basically, if I give you a little close-up, okay, you see the small line in there. So that's where you adjust your compass to read that line, and then you put the needle into the needle into the arrow, and you can walk that line. Obviously, this one you'll have to convert for the magnetic declination onto the bezel once you worked on the map, so you can convert from map to terrain. But these ones are particular. If you look in the bottom of the opening here, I'll flip it over, you'll see it better. There is a scale here. There is a scale of 1 to 90, 0 to 90, east and west. Okay, that can be adjusted either with the screw here or the screw underneath here, depending if it's a Sunto or a Silva. The screw here with the small screwdriver that you have with the compass. That way, the declination is put here, and it's west on this side, east on this side. You can adjust it. Here in Quebec, it's about 17.7 or 6 when you calculate it from the computer. Okay, if you calculate it from your map, you'll find something very strange because there's a lot of years in between maps that you have, and we used to do it that way, but the imprecision were not, it wasn't great. Okay, if you have a map that's older than 10 years, don't use the declination, find it. Okay, there's many ways of doing it. I'll go over that. There's many parts to this compass, but what's important, the mirror helps you navigate by reading the numbers and seeing those needles meet. So we use that also on this compass. Okay, you've got scale on both sides, so one is 1/25, one is 150, and you've got inches and it's the Ranger. Okay, and this one is the same thing, is just MC1 from Sunto. Okay, and you've got the adjustment. This one has a small bubble in it. It's starting to get big, so technically this compass is not usable anymore. When they get cold, they tend to develop a bubble, so you have to change your compass. So basically, this compass will help you do everything you need. Oh yeah, and it has a clinometer where you can evaluate the level of a slope, okay, in percentage. So basically, you put the north there. So you put straight east, look up the hill, and you can evaluate the degree of the slope. So you can evaluate for 15, 20, 25 degree slope. Okay. Usually this one has also the clinometer, but I thought they had. So basically, this is my favorite compass, okay, because it's in mils. Since I've been educated in mils, for me it's really easy to use. but it's the same function as the other one. So that way you can map literally a course that you want to take and get to the arrival point. The mirror is always useful, and it can be a signal mirror, it can be a compass, it can be you can be able to shave by looking into it. I've done all those things in the years. So it's compact, put it in your inside pocket and pull it out when you need it. So that's it. So we'll make a conclusion. Stay tuned. As you saw, I have mini compass, old and new. Any one of them can save your life. The most important part of it, of having a compass, is having it on you every time you go in the woods. My channel is based on survival, and we use the woodcraft and the skills that you acquire for navigating in the woods, so you don't get lost, so you don't have to survive. So it's important to realize that, to use that to your advantage. There's easy fix to what can be really problematic if you're going in the woods. Nowadays people have lost most of the time sense of orientation. Sense of orientation. It's not necessarily everyone that can turn to the north and say, hey, this is north, so we have to go that way to get back to our entry point. So it's not given to everyone. And if panic set, well, you might lose that sense of orientation. So that's why it's important to have a compass and a map, of course, that accompany you in your outing out in the wilderness. So it's always important to be equipped, because preparation is always consequential to your survival, and you learn the basic, survive tomorrow. So I hope you liked this video. I kind of like to do short videos, so that way you can have a quick way of referencing to the video if you need be. So thanks for watching. Give it the thumbs up, share and subscribe, and we'll see you back in the next video.